Okay, I'm sitting in front of Pee-wee's tank today because I can, and he's sulking because I'm sitting here and I'm not feeding him. But that is not what today's video is about. Is Pee-wee having a man moment where he's hungry and grumpy. Today I'm going to be taking you through a pair of Bettas that I have bred, and we're going to be going through from me adding the male and the female all the way until free swimming fry, until basically the day that I remove the male. And then once we've gone through this video, I'm then going to do another video on, hopefully, fingers crossed, on fry care. So how then, once the male's been removed, how then we take care of the fry. Because obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but at this moment in time, it's all down to the fish and their parenting skills. It's got nothing to do with me. As long as I keep the tank clean and healthy and heated, everything should be fine. So it all comes down to me once the male's been removed, and then it's down to me to start feeding the itty bitty bitty little eyelash baby fry that are very quickly going to turn into ferocious swimming heads, and then onto beautiful people slamming doors in my house. I mean, honestly. And then they'll turn into beautiful betta fish. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the pair that I'm going to use this time round. And yeah, so let's go from there. So let's go take a look. Right, so this is the male that I've selected for this spawning. He is a blue-red half moon. He has a very good form on him that I will talk about selecting form in another video. But yeah, I pop him into the tank 24 hours before I add the female in her pot, just to make sure that he's settled, he knows where his territory is, and he's nice and comfortable, ready for the female. The female that I've selected is this rose gold half moon. She was a very good mummy on her last spawning because she has been spawned before. She produced a lot of eggs, and she actually did help with collecting the eggs as well. She will be added into the tank into a pot, 1 to acclimate to tank temperature, and 2 just so I can watch out for any unnecessary or unwanted behaviour or aggression between the pair. Clip. This is where I have released the female into the tank. She is hiding behind the rock at the moment, which is completely normal. That's not anything unusual whatsoever. She's just tucked herself away while she'll watch him from a distance. As you can see here, he's actually building the bubble nest. So he's taking mouthfuls of air at the surface of the water and placing them where he wants them, which is underneath the piece of bubble wrap that I have put in the tank, just to help support that engine arm and leaf that's there, because they do like to nest underneath a leaf. So that's just to keep the leaf up so it doesn't destroy, and it also gives the male a nice little place to make a beeline for the nest. I place them at the front of the tank again, just so I can see what's going on. This is him. Look, he's just gone over. He's just showed himself to her just that little bit more, gave her a little bit of a flare. He's gone over, he's tried to lead her towards the nest. The whole idea is that he's going to try and encourage her to come underneath the nest to check out the nest site, to see whether or not basically she's happy with it all. And obviously they will spawn directly underneath the nest as well. So that's the whole point in that one, is just literally just to make sure that everything is to her satisfaction. So we've got a little bit of the courtship. I'm quite happy with their behaviour there. She's not frantically swimming away. He's not frantically chasing or attacking her. At the moment they're keeping their distance, which is absolutely fine. As long as they're both comfortable, we shouldn't have an issue at all. So we're looking for, if she comes, so she's coming over, which is exactly what I was about to say. We're looking for her to come over to have a little bit of a look, him to give a little bit of a show off, and hopefully she'll come underneath the nest and give it a check out. Okay, the half moon pair are spawning. So let's leave the camera running and get some of this for you. So there we go, look. So the female's gone up. So she'll put herself at the top of the bubble nest, position herself in just the right way to be turned over. So there we go, perfect timing. He then wraps her. She releases the egg. Oh, sorry, he fertilises the eggs on release. So there's one egg just falling, that little white speck. So that's one. As he comes away, the rest will be released. As he's fertilised that area. So there we go, there's some more eggs just falling there. So this female is very, very good. She also, bless her, collects the eggs. So as you can see, they're now rummaging about on the quick to collect the eggs from the bottom of the tank, and then they will take them up and place them into the bubble nest. As she's doing right there, she's popping them in, and there he goes, popping them in. She's having a last little look and a check. So as you can see her ovipositor there, which is all dropped and ready, as obviously, you know, she is carrying eggs and she's now releasing eggs. So you'll notice when she once she's wrapped, after he releases her from the wrap, so from squeezing the eggs and fertilising, she almost looks like she's died. This is called, I'm going to try and pronounce it, it's called a catatonic state. I probably pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. Basically she goes into like a little bit of a trance afterwards. It's completely normal, there's nothing to worry about. It does obviously look like, you know, she's just died. Sometimes some females will sink, some females will float towards the surface of the water after this. It normally only takes a few seconds and they come out of it. Sometimes even the male happens to go into that as well. Let me just readjust the camera. My tripod has slipped. There we go, that's better. I'm going to have to find a way of locking this tripod off, I think. And then we go for another wrap. Oh, no, maybe not. She's changed her mind. Did you notice then that she put her head down and came away? That was her signifying that, you know, no, not quite yet. I just want to get a better check. Let's go and look. So she's positioned herself correctly. Oh, no, dived away again. There we go, there's a wrap. So she's upside down. He's wrapped over her, locked. He is now squeezing the eggs and fertilising the area. As you can see there, some eggs are dropping. There's 4, possibly, another 4. Oh, lots more. And then same principle. So once she comes out of that, out of a little trance, which she has, with lots more eggs releasing, on a roll now. And then all of those will get collected and placed into the bubble nest. And this will literally just repeat and repeat and repeat for a while now, until basically she's run out of eggs. So once I'll leave them for an hour or so now and come back, and if they're still going, then they're still going. If not and they're finished, you'll find that he will be underneath the nest protecting it and adding to his bubble nest. Hopefully he'll be adding to that bubble nest, and she will be away from the nest and staying out of the whole entire area, because then he will start to push her away, and that's my cue once that happens to remove the female. She's done what she needed to do. You need to remove the female at that time for her own safety, because then he goes into territorial protective dad mode and will want to kill everything. So, so yeah, I'm hopeful that this male will, once he's placed the eggs into the nest, he will extend that bubble nest. I wasn't able to capture this particular male really doing any form of nest building because he didn't really do any. He added a few bubbles and that was about it. Nothing to write home about at all. I'm not overly concerned at the moment about it. I have had males do this in the past with no bubble nest whatsoever, and basically what they do is, as they're collecting the eggs, they then build the bubble nest bit by bit as they're putting the eggs into the nest and then extending it after they've actually spawned. If it does become a problem, and I think he is struggling with it, there is only really, I have two options. I can lower the water level down even more, so drop it again by 2 inches or so to reduce the water level, so it's easier for him to be able to pick those eggs up from the bottom as they drop out and replace them into the eggs. Replace them into the bubble nest. Or I can try and take a bubble nest from another male that has made one by gently picking the bubble nest up in a very large spoon, placing that into the tank, and then hopefully he will transfer the eggs from his nest to the new nest. It doesn't always work though, so that is last resort will be to try and transfer a bubble nest from one male to this male. But hopefully he will continue to build that nest around the eggs, and it won't be an issue. Okay, so this process can go on for a good few hours. So for now, I'm going to leave them be, and we'll catch up with them in a little bit. I'm going to go make a coffee, and then we'll come back when they've sort of sorted themselves out and got a little bit more practice, and we've got things flowing just that little bit more. Yep, he's made it rain. Look at all them eggs. Look, he made it rain. He's being a good daddy, and so is she. She's being a good mama, picking up all those eggs. There's so many eggs. Like complete panic mode. There's just so many. Okay, there are the eggs in the bubble nest. So if I can get you a better picture. All those little white dots. They are the eggs inside the bubble nest. So now Daddy will tend to those eggs and make sure that they stay up in the bubble nest and protect them. And we will wait for the next stage. There we go. Right, so we are now at the next stage, which is where the fry have just started to become free swimming. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to pick this up. It's very, very hard on camera in order to see them. There's one, look. They've just started, at this stage they're called bouncing, or we call them bouncing babies. So they're just starting to be able to swim, but they're not completely in control. So it's still down to Dad at this moment to get them back up into the nest until they find their fins and begin to swim properly. So on the normal rate we're looking at probably tomorrow. So as of today, this is day 3 from them first spawning. So from the video that you saw, or the clip of the video that you saw them spawning on and picking the eggs up and placing them into the nest, today is day 3 and we have started to free swim. So they are bang on time so far. So tomorrow we should be completely free swimming. As you can see, there is one or two that are swimming on the surface, but there are still some that are classed as bouncing babies. So Daddy's still in there. So as of tomorrow we should be able to remove Dad from the nest or from the tank, because all of the babies will be free swimming, and then feeding the fry begins, because at the moment they're still absorbing the yolk sac that they have. Not that you can see that, I'm sure that you can barely even see the fry. I'll try and point them out with a little sticky stick if I can, without bashing the tank and upsetting Dada too much. But see, I can see them here, but obviously, unfortunately, on camera, I just try and move out maybe. See, now there is one just there, but that little white speck that's sort of semi floating, believe it or not, is a fry. And there's one there that's just come into shot, but unfortunately they are so small that the camera is just not going to pick them up unless they decide to swim very close to Daddy. and allow that to come in. Let me have a little fiddle and see what I can do. Bear with. Right, just there in the centre of the screen is a fry. I'm sorry that the camera is wobbling. I'm having to support the tripod. But just there is a fry. And this is a knitting needle, and that is a very small thin cable tie. And you can see these little black dots back here. They are the egg, or they are the eyes of the other fry. So over here as well, and here. But yeah, that is a fry. Just there. So that is how microscopic, or not microscopic. Oh, Daddy's not eating it. It's fine. Oh, look, this one. Daddy has not eaten that baby, I promise. He's just placed it back into the nest. But there's another one, look. Let's see whether or not I can get this zoomed in a little bit more. Come on. There. Look at how tiny they are. You can see that one over there a little bit better. And over there. Oh, num nums. That one found something to num num num. So yeah, I will actually add some vinegar eels into this tank later on tonight, and then hopefully they will start to munch down the ones that are free swimming and are able to. Daddy just spat one out. So yeah, I promise he's not eating them. He's just telling them that they should be in the nest, and how dare they be out of bed before they're ready. So yeah, if you look, just try and find the knitting needle. Where's the knitting needle on the screen? There. See that there? That's a tail. So we've got a tail of one sitting there. So yeah, they are so hard to see. So hard to see. But I promise you they're in there. So yeah. So there we go. Little tiny eyelash baby fry that are going to turn in. So we've got something that size. Just there. It's going to turn in to that. Something as tiny as that is going to turn into something as big and beautiful, and with all the sass of a Betta fish. So yeah, there we go. Let the fun and games begin. Okay, so there you go. We've just watched, or you've just watched, how I breed Bettas, or Bettas, tomato, as far as I'm concerned anyway. So yeah, so hopefully the next video will be, on the next video on these anyway, which might take a week or two to get together, because I'd like to get them to a decent size, so at least it's easier for you to see on camera. And as long as obviously everything goes okay and I don't have a power cut or my pump crashes, because that's happened. So yeah, so there you go. Hi Peewee. Hi baby boy, are you in a better mood now? Are you in a better mood? a little face looking at me. I don't know whether you can see him. Probably not. Oh look, there he is. Okay, distraction, squirrel. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So yeah, hopefully the next one will be on fry care once obviously I take the mail away. Because then, you know, it's all down to me. So we're going to be looking at how I water change the fry. So you have to do it regularly. small amounts. And I'll show you how I do water changes on a tank with such itty bitty little eyelash baby fry. And then we can see them eating. Hopefully you'll be able to see me using some of the live food cultures that I showed in my last video. Yeah, when they turn into ferocious swimming heads, because that's literally all they're going to be for a while now. So I just find it absolutely fascinating that something, I'm looking at them, they're up there, that something so tiny, so almost microscopic, can turn into such beautiful, graceful fish. So, but then I find all of that amazing. It's fascinating. I'm such a nerd. I'm so nerdy at times, it's unbelievable. So, I'm going to love and leave you. So, yeah, when you're watching this video, I'll actually be on my way up to my first ever koi show, which is very, very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm nervous. I don't know why. But, yeah, I'm very excited about it. It's going to be a good day. I'm probably not going to record probably any of it. I'm not even going to lie to you. There are much, much better YouTubers and people that are going to be recording it that are much better at doing the videoing and much more graceful on camera than I bloody well am. So, his face is really distracting me, I'm sorry. He's so funny. Yeah, so I'm going to be concentrating more on having a really nice time, learning as much as I physically can, and talking to people and getting to know people and spending a wonderful day with some really, really close friends that I've made. So, on that note, I'm going to love and leave you now. And I hope you all have a lovely weekend and a lovely week ahead. And just remember, as someone once said, someone once used the word, and I'm going to use it as well. Anything is doable if you try hard enough. So, go out there and try your best. And I'm going to see you next time. Bye! I haven't got anything to measure on top of my head. Should we try Pee-wee? There we go, that's how big he is compared to my head. I'm going to do that one as well. Because I'm a wally, I don't care. Right, none of you probably know what that's about, and it's fine, it's completely normal. I'm going to go. Bye!